supposed to have 3 minutes.
Sir.
What's up, YouTube? Can you hear me today? Are we here? Do y'all got audio? Audio.
It's JR Show from Studio 99 at the American General Media Complex on air News Talk 96.1 and AM 1180 KERN. Online at kernradio.com. Now, here is your host, JR.
Top of the day to you. This is the JR Show. I am your host, JR Flores. You're listening to Kern Radio. Check us out online at kernradio.com. Download that Kern Radio app to your smart device. Take us anywhere you go. Plus, we're also streaming live on YouTube. Watch us. Go to YouTube, search up Kern Radio, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and come along with us every single day at 2:05. You can also follow us on social media, Facebook, Instagram, and X. Just look up Kern Radio. I am also out there, JR Flores. Or why not JR, broadcasting live from the Kern Radio studios, powered by Adaptive Networks for all your IT needs. Give them a call, 661-241-0638. It's Adaptive Networks. We're also streaming on TikTok. What's up, TikTok? You can go find us on there as well. We've got a great show for you lined up today. It is a Wellness Wednesday, so we do have a good doctor coming on. Dr. Gurjit Singh-Uppal will come by. He is with the California Cardiovascular Institute. We're going to talk about the heart, as it is American Heart Month. And it's also Valentine's Day coming up, and some of us need some healing of the heart going on. So we're going to try to help you out today with the good doctor. We'll also talk about some of the advances that they're making in detecting heart disease and ways to treat it as well. We'll break all that down in the Wellness Wednesday section. And there's a lot of stuff we missed yesterday that I want to get to. It's a new segment I'm going to call, because we only have an hour here. And if you guys want to help change that, then just reach out to W. Smith at AmericanGeneralMedia.com and tell him JR doesn't have enough time, because he had to make a whole new segment called What We Left Out Yesterday, what we didn't get to. So there's a bunch of stories that were lingering around here locally that I will get to that we forgot to discuss yesterday. Maya Hernandez was in court. Who else was in court? There was two guys arrested. One was out of Shafter, hiding in a teenager's closet. I wanted to talk about that story. And there was one other one that I didn't get to. The 14-year-old that was killed in that police chase. That's what we learned. He was 14 years old, driving a stolen vehicle. That happened to, well, I'll get to it in the What We Missed Yesterday segment. And then we'll also break down, if anything, do we need any updates on the Super Bowl, Chris? Our sports guy, Chris Burdick, he's with the Early Bird Special on our sister station. You can hear that from 7 to 9 a.m. on KGEO Sports Talk, 1230 a.m., 101.1 FM. They can also follow that show, the Early Bird Special, on YouTube. If you're there watching us now.
We're on TikTok.
They're also on. Did you hear that? You guys over there on TikTok, you guys go find them, the Early Bird Special, and we'll see if there's any. There's always, it's Super Bowl week, so there's got to be some kind of crazy, interesting story that has come out of Super Bowl week, right? There's got to be at least one.
Well, the one that I always find.
Don't tell him. Don't tell him.
Oh, okay, my bad.
That's called a tease, Chris. We're just teasing them right now.
You can't get me started.
I know. That's why I had to put you back. Hold on now. It's just a tease. There is crazy news because it's Super Bowl week up in San Francisco, and we'll get to all that. And I wanted to ask you a question too about the Super Bowl, but you guys will have to stick around to find out what I'm going to ask Chris about that game coming up on. Because if I say it one more time, the NFL will come after me and sue me. So I can only call it the game on Sunday now. After that, right?
Kidding. This thing is so tricky.
What, the Super Bowl?
Yeah, the Super Bowl.
I said it again. So we're busted now.
Well, because you could talk about the Super Bowl and say the name Super Bowl, but you can't use it in advertisement, right?
Right. You can't use it to promote your business.
Right.
Correct.
So you couldn't say I'm doing a Super Bowl themed stream. That's not a thing. You can't do that.
No, I think you have to say I'm doing a tailgate special for the game.
Exactly.
Yes.
For the big game.
Well, yeah. But no.
You have to specify.
Yeah. We can't do so. I can say the Super Bowl to talk about it.
Yeah.
I just can't say the Super Bowl to promote the show.
Yeah.
So I can't say, listen to the show because we're going to talk about the Super Bowl.
Oh, you can say that.
I can say that. But I'm using this. Never mind. It's the tricky world of the NFL and who they'll come after and who they won't come after. We'll get into all of that later as well. If you guys want to chime in at any time, feel free to do so. 661-842-5376, 661-842-KERN. You can call in or you can text. I believe if you're on the app, you can also do a talk back on there. There's a feature on there where you can send us messages on the app if you want to do that. Or you can also, obviously, if you're in YouTube, just jump in there, or on TikTok. I'll get to that as well. But like we spoke of yesterday, the good governor was in town. Governor Gavin Newsom was in town, and a few of the dignitaries showed up with him talking about high-speed rail. And you guys heard me yesterday talk about it. This thing's never going to get done. It's just never going to get done. But if you listen to at least I was going to call them a couple things. We'll just say elected officials, just to play it safe. If you listen to some of the elected officials that were with him yesterday, like Supervisor Leticia Perez, whenever the governor does show up in town, she's with him. So it's not like she's just like, oh, the governor, and had to go run by so she can get votes for something. She's been buddy with Gavin Newsom for a while now, a long time. And so I expect her to show up. And she said partly the right things. She said, quote, "It's wonderful to be joined today by the real workers. The families that are enjoying mortgage-paying wages as a result of this incredible," and this is where she messed up, "this incredible evolution in transportation." Sweetheart, and I probably shouldn't call her that because it's sexist of me. I know. I was told that this morning on a Facebook message, how come you only respond to the female things and try to talk down to, like, if you're smarter than them about this homeless. There was somebody that I'll explain later. But this technology that this high-speed rail is about to never get done is not evolutionary by any stretch of the means. Matter of fact, it's outdated already, and y'all were sitting around clapping and celebrating. I don't know how many groundbreakings this project has had since its inception in 2008. Yes, we've been dealing with high-speed rail since 2008. I know that we kind of just it's something that feels like it's always been there because it kind of has. But they were all excited. We're laying the first tracks. We're gonna lay tracks. I just somebody wish somebody would say, finally. Said we've been doing this since 2008. We passed the measure in 2008. And at the time, we were told it's going to be one track and it's going to fly all the way from San Francisco to LA in 2.5 hours. Get there faster on a plane, some would say, and if you book early enough, you can fly from LA to Sacramento for, cheap, like $75. Get there in like 45 minutes. But this high-speed rail, boy, we were going to jump on it. It was going to take us 2.5 hours, one-track system, $33 billion. We got this. And all the voters said, okay, give you a shot. Here's $8 billion. You got to get the rest. Then federal dollars kicked in 2010. And then they started signing contracts for the contractors to build this thing, and that was 2010. We are in 2026, right? That's 16 years. And in those 16 years, the design has changed. Like I said, originally, one-track system, 2.5 hours, all the way, LA to San Francisco. Then it was, well, the price has gotten out of control. This was back in 2012, by the way. The price has gotten a little out of control on us. Back in 2012, they said, now it's not going to be 33, it's going to be $65 billion. So it'd actually be a little bit cheaper if we saved some money and didn't have the one rail system. Maybe if we kind of partnered with Amtrak or somebody, Union Pacific, one of those train tracks that are already laid down, if we could partner with them and maybe use some of their lines, it'd be a little bit cheaper. So okay, let's do that. That was 14 years ago. But boy, we're proud today. We're laying those tracks. And the cost has just gone up and gone up. This route, although yes, still cheaper, has gotten way out of whack. Now it's like, here, I got it right here. Estimated year cost, the low end is $88 billion. The high end, the base is about 100, maybe about $110 billion. That's all. But it's Trump's fault now that it's not going to get finished. Finally, we were there. We were almost there. But Trump, he took those federal dollars. So now it's his fault that we're not getting this done. But we're still going to get it done. Look, we're laying the first tracks. It's, as our supervisor said yesterday, incredible evolution in transportation. I love you, Leticia. But this is not evolutionary transportation by any means. And then we played a little bit of the audio yesterday because I knew he was showing up. And so we caught some of the audio, in which it caught me off a little bit because he said vice mayor. And I wasn't sure who he was talking about because I couldn't see the video and I didn't hear who the vice mayor was. Because he was in Wasco. Does Wasco have a vice mayor? Don't look that up, Chris. I'm sure they do. Because I believe the mayor was there. Sal. I think it's Sal. But he said vice mayor. And no, yeah. It was none other than our very own Bakersfield's vice mayor out in Wasco. And I go, well, she's not the vice mayor of Wasco. Last time I checked, Bakersfield and Wasco, that's two separate places. And even if Wasco was technically a part of Bakersfield, I'm pretty sure her ward doesn't cover Wasco. Oh, but that's right. She's pulled papers to run for state senate. And she's running against an incumbent who happens to be a Democrat as well. Hey, Leticia. Do you think you can introduce me to the governor? Do you think he can help me get elected? Do you think that he'll have the state Democrats support me instead of how they usually support the incumbent? Do you think he'll turn on her and support me instead? That's why she showed up in Wasco. It's not because of her quote, which is, oh gosh, she went to college and she graduated and she's got a master's, I believe, in planning, city planning, urban planning, if I'm not mistaken there. This is her quote from yesterday. Infrastructure offers abundance. What does that even mean? And today, this infrastructure is offering California that abundance. It's an abundance that is going to be new energy to our Kern County, to our city of Bakersfield. It's an abundance. Maybe if I had a college degree, I would understand her statement of infrastructure offers an abundance. That's our leadership. They're basically just, well, Leticia has known Gavin for a long time, so I'm not going to say Leticia was trying to get in the good graces of Gavin. They're buddy. They hang out every time he comes to town. But she just needs some. I'm still deciding on whether I want to run for Melissa Hurtado's seat. And maybe if I show up with the governor, that'll give me a little bit of name recognition, a little groundswell. I'll get some, oh, look, who's that with the governor? Well, that's the vice mayor of Bakersfield, the first Sikh city councilwoman. Not sure what else besides that she's done, but infrastructure is in abundance. It's a good thing we got that going for us. Well, we also got a break going for us. We'll take that break right now. On the other side, we'll talk about things that we didn't get to yesterday. A couple of stories here locally that I wanted to discuss and bring to y'all's attention. And it is a Wellness Wednesday. The good doctor will stop by. Dr. Gurjit Singh-Uppal. He is with California Cardiovascular Institute. Talk about heart disease and sudden cardiac death. Different technologies in town. And your comments and phone calls, 661-842-5376, 661-842-KERN. You can text or you can call. I'm going to jump into the chats on YouTube during the break. Chop it up with the folks on TikTok. It's the JR Show. It's Kern Radio. We'll be right back. What's up, TikTok? I haven't forgotten about you guys. Ooh, there goes the bell. Ding. Ding. I got you guys. You guys get a view that nobody else gets. See, if you're listening on the radio, that's one thing. If you're online, chopping it up, then that's a whole nother ball game. It's like a whole nother show in here. What's up? What are you guys saying? How do I find chats? Where's chats at? You guys can chop it up in the live. I want to see you guys' comments. So I can interact with you guys. Keep it real. Keep it up. You guys stick it out. What's up, YouTube? Where you at, YouTube? Oh, sorry. I got the mic for YouTube. I got the YouTube mic. We need to put a camera over here for YouTube so I can see you guys over there. Who was in here? Doggy Life. We are here. We see you and hear you on YouTube. Thanks, Doggy Life. Are you new to the chat? Haven't seen you here. What's up, Chris Orr? For Charlie Kirk, what's up? Steven, you need at least another hour. Talk to him over there. We got a party bus coming by too. It will get done when he's president. You need at least who when what? The vice mayor was there. The vice mayor who never responds to emails. She wants to be in his cabinet when he's president. Oh, the vice mayor or Leticia? Leticia wants to be in the cabinet. I wouldn't. Yeah. I don't know if she's been high enough because remember she tried to run against who was that? Andy Vidak and lost for state senate. So I don't know. We'll see. Oh, there you are. Sorry, guys. Where are the tracks? Where's the money? This is a group self-floating around. It's hilarious. Everyone rubbing on Gavin. California Railroad got started in 1863 and finished in 1869. On the backs of immigrants, too, Gordon. Tell them. I got into a conversation with somebody earlier, man, about immigrants and they tried to. It's always how they try to twist numbers and facts and stats. Oh, immigrants have contributed more in taxes than they've used. And I said, are we talking legal, illegal immigrants? And then they shot back. Oh, we're talking all immigrants, not only immigrants, but future generations of immigrants, just so we can get to the number that we like. It was quite comical. Got to get back. Here we go. Come with me, TikTok. Come with me, TikTok. Welcome back. It's the JR Show. It's Current Radio. Check us out online, currentradio.com. Also on social media, Facebook, Instagram, and X. Just look up Current Radio. I'm also there, JR Flores. Why not JR? Streaming on YouTube. Go over there as well. I was just chopping it up with them in the break. That's part of the interaction that you get on YouTube and TikTok that the radio doesn't necessarily get, but that's all right. We love all of you. We'll take care of all of you. We're not gonna shun those away that can't get us on and just listen on the radio. We still love our radio listeners, and we still have plenty of stuff for you guys as well too. It is Wellness Wednesday. Coming up after the break, we'll have a doctor from the California Cardiovascular Institute. We're going to talk a little bit of heart health, as February is American Heart Month. What else is going on? Friday, I'll be at the Go Red event as well. So if you guys are out there, come and find me and say hello. Last night I was at the Condors game, and Mike Hart couldn't even come across the ice to say hello. I hope you're listening, Mike. I remember that. I'm sitting in the third row, Chris. It's not like I was sitting in the suite or sitting up top or sitting far away or behind the net. Third row, right there on the glass, Mike. Couldn't even come say hi. I see you. This is a new segment that I'm doing. It's called What We Didn't Get to Yesterday. It's a couple of stories that were left behind. The first one was the 14 years old, you guys. Last week, there was that police chase in which they were after a stolen vehicle. Turns out I knew the person that they stole the vehicle from. They took it outside of the Target at Valley Plaza, went on a joyride, got caught on the east side, and then started running from cops, jumped on the 178. Cops backed up, said, this is getting out of hand. Well, it did. The car crashed, ejected all three juveniles. Come to find out that the driver was 14 years old. 14. And I asked, and the promo's running, I asked then, where are the parents at? What is going on with these kids? At 14 years old, you're out stealing cars and running from the cops? Gosh, and I used to say some kids. Some people's kids. No, it's some people's parents. That's just growing up in a bad environment. That's what that is. That's no boundaries, no rules. 14 years old, out stealing cars. And now he's dead. That is so sad. So sad. Sad. And speaking of sad, remember the sad case of the two kids that mom left in the car during the summer to go get her Brazilian butt lift? She was back in court, this time for a short little discussion. That was yesterday. Apparently, they're going to go back to court on February 11th, in which time they'll have another discussion, which only leads me to believe she's about to get a plea deal. They are going to cut her a deal because they screwed up the first time, couldn't get the murder conviction, instead got a hung jury, and now have to decide on whether or not they want to retry her. And instead of wasting our time and tax dollars and actually trying to convict this girl, they're just going to cut her a plea deal. Cut her a plea deal. That's what they're great at. So great, they cut a plea deal for a guy here recently who 2 years ago hit somebody on Buck Owens Boulevard, killed the man, drove off, got caught, didn't show up was convicted, didn't show up for his sentencing, and he gets a plea deal. It's insane. I think he's going to get like 4 years. You killed somebody, took off, and then when it was time for your arraignment, you didn't even show up. Hit and run, no show, no problem. Not for the district attorney's office. It's Wellness Wednesday. The doctor is going to bring my heart rate down a ton, I promise. It's the JR Show. It's Current Radio. We'll be right back. What are you sending me a picture?
With SRN News, I'm Keith Peters in Washington. The Supreme Court has allowed California to use a new voter-approved congressional map that's favorable to Democrats in this year's elections, rejecting a plea from state Republicans and the Trump administration. No justices dissented from the brief order. The justices have previously allowed Texas's Republican-friendly map to be used in 2026. Democrats are threatening to block funding for Homeland Security Department when it expires in 2 weeks, unless there are dramatic changes in real accountability for U.S. immigration and customs enforcement and other law enforcement agencies who are carrying out President Trump's campaign of federal immigration enforcement. On Wall Street, the Dow by 260 points. The NASDAQ dropped 350.
Yeah, if you
More details at srnnews.com.
From the KERN Newsroom, your live and local news update on News Talk 96.1 and AM 1180 KERN.
I'm Chris Davis. It's not just about connecting people, as was said, as important as that is, it's about respect. You want to be connected and respected. That is part of Governor Newsom's speech at the Southern Railhead Completion Celebration Tuesday in Kern County, which means that the construction of the actual high-speed rail track can begin. Newsom says it will help revitalize the Central Valley. In Corcoran, 22-year-old Noah Salinas of Shafter is under arrest. Police say he was found in a 13-year-old's bedroom closet Sunday night and had ammo in his car, but no gun. In Shafter, Burbank Street from Cherry to Santa Fe Way will be shut down starting tomorrow, and that closure goes through March 6th, says the city. I'm Chris Davis in the KERN Newsroom with news every half hour and when it breaks on FM 96.1 and AM 1180 KERN.
News Talk 96.1 and AM 1180 KERN.
We'll admit, we've already thrown in the towel on the New Year's resolution.
Yeah, and we made it through dry January. But one healthy new habit we're sticking with is Active Liver from New Nordic. Did you know your liver works around the clock processing food, sugar, alcohol, and everyday toxins? All things that can really impact your health.
That's why daily support matters. Active Liver is designed to help protect normal liver function and support your body's natural detox process.
With trusted ingredients like milk thistle, turmeric, and artichoke extract, it's gentle enough to take all year long.
No harsh cleanses, no extreme detoxes, just simple daily liver support. We really feel the difference.
Yup, more energy and the peace of mind knowing we can enjoy the good things in life while giving your liver the love it needs.
Active Liver is available online at Amazon or
It's all about product placement, bro.
NewNordicUSA.com.
You see, that's
Or
why I
you
have
can
the
find it
Casey
in stores
Steakhouse
at
hat.
CVS,
Casey
Meyer
Steakhouse.
Grocery, Wegmans, and now Active Liver is available at your local
How's it going?
GNC. We've all been
I
there,
saw,
sleepless
your friend
nights,
earlier,
wondering if
by
your
the way.
business's security service is really protecting what matters. At Bay Alarm, we can
We'll get it figured out. I got Willie. She's gonna yell stuff at me the whole time. It's fine. It's fine.
You have to put her to the mic for it.
We should just put her on camera
putting
and
a
put a
mic
mic in
for
front
her.
of her. Next time she comes in 2 more weeks, we'll put her on mic and put her on camera for you guys. Yeah. She'll take the whole show. Radio, check us out online, kernradio.com. You can also check us out on YouTube streaming. Go to YouTube and search up Kern Radio. We're also on social media, Facebook, Instagram, and X. Look up Kern Radio. I'm also there, JR Flores, or Why Not JR. You can also find us on TikTok as well. And if you guys have any questions for the doctor, don't let me take up all the time. You guys feel free to call in 661-842 376-661-842-KERN. With that, we have the good doctor, Dr. Singh-Uppal. He is with the California Cardiovascular Institute. You're going to have to help me again, Doc. Electrophysiologist.
You said it right.
Boom.
EP.
EP, we'll call it EP for short. Explain to me, what is that, doctor? Because I have no clue.
So first of all, thanks for having me.
Of course.
Mr. Flores. Yeah, this is a good opportunity.
There's snacks too. I have chocolates if you like chocolates.
Yeah.
It's probably not
So
good for
yeah,
the
it's
heart.
February's Heart Month, obviously.
It
We're trying to
is.
raise the awareness. I'm from Detroit. Did all my training back in Detroit, so we got to talk about cars. So I told them all the patients are in general, like, you take your car to the car shop, right?
Right.
You got to get it tuned. You want to make sure that your
You
engine. So heart's
keep
like an engine, right?
Oh yeah.
It's got two chambers, two top and two bottom chambers, has its own battery and a wire. That's basically the heart is, right? So, but you run that engine.
You make it sound so simple.
It is simple actually.
Like,
So the car has a
it's
battery.
just a
So your heart has a
battery.
battery. It's called a sinus node. You got a wire called the AV node, and then the chambers have valves, just like an engine
Just like
valve,
a-
right?
yeah.
So you got to maintain that car, right? So all these problems, the blood pressure, diabetes, they all affect your engines, right? So I'm a cardiologist, and then I'm an electrophysiologist. So I am like a super trained cardiologist. who
You're a super
deals-
doctor.
No, not super.
No, you are, because you also have an award, doctor, that says hero on it. I've done my research.
Thank you so much. Yeah, that's something I discovered.
I want to talk to you about that in a
Yep,
second too.
absolutely. So anyway, so what I do is I'm an electrician of the heart. So people have heart rhythm problems. When the heart runs slow or it goes fast, go haywire, I can go inside your heart, find those circuits, and actually be cauterized. They call it ablation. Some of those rhythms are curable. Once and done, you're cured for your life. The most common rhythm I deal every day is called atrial fibrillation.
I was going to say, my grandpa had AFib.
AFib, yeah. So again, so that's what an EP, an electrophysiologist, does, is manage all the heart rhythm problems. Also, the second portion of our job is to prevent certain cardiac death. I mentioned you use the word certain cardiac death, and we don't talk much about it. Every year, 350,000 Americans, 100,000 Americans die from certain cardiac arrest. And if you have a bystander CPR, you can increase the chances of survival. To this day, this is 2026, the chances of surviving a certain cardiac arrest is only 9% at the most. And that too, if you have a bystander
That doesn't say, and that's if somebody's like right there.
Somewhere right there,
Yeah.
right? And that's why raising awareness for bystander CPR is very important. You see somebody going down, they're not breathing, start compressing the chest and call 911.
No.
So again, that's part of what we do. I implant devices called pacemakers, defibrillators. These are the devices to keep your heart running at a certain rate and prevent death. This is 2026. I have this little tiny thing in my pocket. It just happened to be. I must have showed it somewhere else. This is called a leadless pacemaker. This is the pacemaker of 2026. No wires, no cutting. I go from your groin to the vein. I'm going to go insert and screw up in the muscle of your
Why
heart.
did they go in through the groin? Is that just the best artery to go through?
It's the vein. So
my grandpa used to get stents. Like I said, he had AFib, so he got stents placed a lot, and they go through the groin.
So again, yeah. So the reason for that is, remember I talked about the heart as an engine, right? So it has a battery, wires, and pumps and wires. But then the heart is giving blood to the whole body, right? But it itself needs the blood to survive, right? So that blood is given through three main arteries in your heart, called the left anterior descending, the right inner circle. So to go through the arterial circulation, you have to go through an artery, which you can do these days from your arm or through the groin. But all the electrical work, you have to go through the vein to enter the heart. So there are two separate avenues to go in the heart.
That's wild to me that you go through the groin to get to the heart.
To the heart, yeah. And that's why. So I'm an electrician, but my buddies, Dr. Sandhu, Dr. Puga, Dr. Patel, I call them the plumbers. So when that,
I'm sorry, do they know you call them the plumbers?
yeah, they know it. And then people get it, right? Because patients, when you talk,
I'm the mechanic. They're the
yeah,
plumbers.
exactly. So to open up the arteries, when the arteries get blocked, they go into the arm or to the groin into the artery to open up the circulation.
And that's where you get like stents.
That's
and
where the
stuff.
stents to keep the artery open, and that's where we bring everybody to attention. Take care of your engine, right?
Yeah, because that's, if you're getting stents at that point, it's too late to go back and reverse that.
Exactly. And stent is, it's basically like a big Band-Aid, right? The goal is, how can we prevent getting a stent?
Right.
And that goes to the basic. That goes to our younger generation. The inflammation, everything is inflammation, right? This inflammation starts in your mother's womb, believe me or not. You can open up old
So
books.
it's my mom's fault.
Not really, but it's all in the bigger, higher power plan, right? So yes. So the part is you are born with some genetics, right? So if you have a bad genes, then which means you are going to develop early coronary artery disease, right? But still, you can do something, right? What we can do, we can still eat right, more walking, more exercising, smoking. Smoking is the biggest thing. I mean, to this date, I can believe like we are
People
still
are still
selling cigarettes,
smoking.
right? People are still smoking.
Well, and people think now even with vapes, they think,
Right.
oh, well,
Even-
that's safer.
even
It's
the
not
worse.
smoke. It's da-da-da. And they think that's the health, what they call it, the healthier version.
I've seen too, this is back in Michigan where I came from. We remember 2 young 17-year-olds getting lung transplants because of vaping. So
That's-
again,
yeah.
all these things are not designed for human body, right? Human body is out there to, hunt, to run and be active. But we are putting all these bad stuff in our, in our body.
Not only we're putting bad stuff and we're not doing the exercise.
As
Yeah.
well. So again, some people argue, oh no, I smoked for 90 years, nothing happened to me. Good luck, you had good genes, buddy. You were protected. But I saw 40 patients today, and believe me, see what I'm talking to you right now. Each of those things I've seen today already.
And you guys are doing testing over there at the California
Correct,
Cardiovascular
yeah.
Institute
So-
to recognize some of those genes and be able to
Absolutely.
treat them before you get to that point of not being able to, you're getting stents all the time, right?
Exactly. So I mean, there is some genetic workup done for the coronary artery, even from an electrical standpoint. People come to me for certain cardiac arrest. Kids who have already arrested and have a defibrillator. So we do a lot of genetic testing to find the gene responsible, because if I can find the trigger and the gene for a rhythm problem, guess what? Your parents or your kids have to be tested.
Well, yeah, because if it's the genes and my mom passed it to me, then the chances of me passing them to my kids.
So doing these proactive testing will save a downstream life.
Once you do know, say you go in, you know that you have the genetics markers, because my grandpa had heart issues. He had a heart attack in his 50s. Like I said, he's had stents. My cousin just had a heart attack, had a stroke. Okay, I know I have these genetics. I go in, I get the test. Some of the markers are there. Then what do I do?
Then so the first question is, what do you test, right? So you raised a good point. Like anybody in the family who got a heart attack or had a stent put in or below the age 50, that's what we call them premature coronary artery disease, which means you as a family member are at risk, right? So we do testing. These days we have simple tests, something called a calcium score. It's a 2-minute CT scan of your heart. It looks at any calcium built up on the arteries. You start off with a simple test, and if it comes abnormal, then you take it to the next level of stress testing and things like that. But again, you have the risk factors. Again, same thing, the common things, if you're high blood pressure, manage it, right?
That I don't, surprisingly. And
It's
I know
good.
that because I go to Houchin every month and they do my blood
Which is
pressure,
good, yeah.
and it's
But
it's
in
great.
anybody, like people who, you don't have to buy a blood pressure cuff. Like if you go to CVS, Costco, all
Yeah,
that
just
blood
put your arm
pressure,
in there.
Get your arm
I used
checked.
As a kid, by the way.
So, but that's a simple test. Number two, a lot of humans are developing what we call insulin resistance.
Mhm.
We call it pre-diabetes, right? You're not fully diabetic, but
Did you meet Mr. Bailey down the hall? I'm kidding.
Yes.
I'm kidding. Don't look at me like that.
Yeah.
Jack.
So what is happening is your body's not taking care of your own glucose. Because we all sitting here for 10 hours a day. We're not going out. Our lower body, your calf muscle actually are the biggest glucose uptake. So again, taking care of those risk factors, cholesterol, right? Again, we all talk about it. Cholesterol is just the tip of the iceberg. The core of heart disease is inflammation.
Yeah.
That we need to figure out with the environment, with the diet, with the food we're doing.
Yeah,
So-
everything that you put in your body. Like you
It
said,
goes
we're
somewhere.
not made for those things.
We're not made for those things. So how we metabolize those things. So yes.
I mentioned you won an award. You're technically a hero, doctor.
Again, I just consider myself, I just, in that situation, and I was just the hands who end up discovering. So I discovered.
You in 2021, you won the Crane's Hero Award. You discovered how the iPhone 12
Yes.
was what was it doing?
So
It was,
when iPhone 12 came out, Apple introduced this called QI charging. So they put 19 magnets inside the phone so that the phone can stick to the charger and
Right.
you can push the energy.
right. They still do that.
They didn't realize. So obviously, as you saw, if you could read my paper, we thought that it's not going to. So when we put defibrillators, pacemakers,
Right.
by design, if something goes wrong with these devices, there is a fail-safe mechanism. Anybody can put a strong magnet on front of your defibrillator pacemaker. It will turn off the defibrillator function and it make the pacemaker. So it's a fail-safe mechanism.
Is that
But
why
you
you're not
have-
supposed to go through like metal detectors
Correct,
too and
because
stuff
those
like that?
magnets
Yeah, yeah.
can, interfere. So our hypothesis was that maybe this iPhone, the magnets are very weak. It's not going to do anything. But when we tested after, all the approved protocols, to our surprise, I put an iPhone on a patient's defibrillator and it turned off the defibrillator. So okay,
that's scary.
Maybe there is one patient on the world who has a defibrillator, and what are the chances he's sleeping with his phone on his chest?
Oh, yeah, or he's, we all do it at night. We're all like, oh,
Right.
and
then men,
we put it down and we're just like, okay, I'm going to close my eyes for a second, and then you're out.
And then men keep their things up in their upper pockets, right? So I discovered that, and I published the study because it was, believe me, within 24 hours, the first call I got was from Apple. So it got published, and then we raised awareness again.
Mr. Cook is on the line, sir.
Yeah,
Mr.
exactly.
Cook, yeah.
It was right for me. But it raised the awareness that, again, the awareness was already there that anytime you have any defibrillator pacemaker, you keep anything which has magnets, such as cell phones, headphones, anything which has strong magnets, keep them 6 inches away from your device.
So have they since changed that in the iPhones? Because
No.
like I said, they still do it. If I go,
No.
I got, look right here. There's a wireless charger right here.
No,
That's got
so
magnet.
exactly.
I've stuck the magnet on my phone, my older phone anyways.
Yeah.
I think maybe I did have a 12.
So people don't realize everything has a magnet. So forget about the back magnet on the phone. Wherever there's a camera, there is magnets.
There's magnets
so I
there
actually
too.
tested. I bought it's called a Gauss meter. So you can actually test how much magnetism is coming out. It's called in measuring Tesla. So Apple did not change anything, but all the device companies basically, they just said, okay, keep things 6 inches away.
I know how strong it is. I set my phone on my car one day.
Yeah.
And drove, and I don't live far, maybe a mile down the road. Drove from my house to here, got out, and my phone was still stuck to my car
So
magnetically.
So it is a strong magnet, yeah. So again, the recommendations are any patients who have these devices just keeps magnetic things away from your heart.
You did that on purpose?
No, it was an accident. I went outside and I stuck my phone. I was grabbing something else, and I just, okay, I'm going to put my phone down real fast.
Yep.
And I totally forgot. When I got to work, I was like, where is my phone?
Yeah,
Oh
these
my
are
gosh.
decent strong magnets. Yeah, and in your headphones, the Apple, the iPods, they're even stronger.
And we should not be putting those in our ears, should we, doctor?
That's
Let's just
a
be,
portal
you're not
there.
going to say it, but
I know,
you
but
should.
again, all of these things are emitting.
I know
radiation.
they are, because I know people that won't talk on their cell phone to their head. They'll just do a speakerphone all day.
I talk to my son. I mean, he keeps his iPod. I mean, he's working on a computer, and then he has things. But think about it. Yeah, the smallest bone in the human body is
in
your
your ears.
the malleus, incus, and stapes, right? And they are designed. They're so fine, and they're always vibrating. They need rest too. Think about it, right? I mean, you have this iPhone, the pause in your ear, the music running in. Everything needs to rest.
We got to be aware of everything that we're putting in our body, whether it's food, substances,
And
sound, all of it.
Exactly. And all what you have to do is you have to be just a little more aware and conscious.
Yeah.
If all of us, before we do anything, before we eat anything, before we touch anything, if you just say to yourself, hey, is this really right?
Is this healthy for me? Does this benefit me in any kind of way, except for that instant gratification? That cookie is so good. That piece of chocolate.
Oh, yeah. Cookies, chocolates. Yeah, I'm seeing that. Looking at it.
But I know you guys are trying to help educate people more. You have the second annual Pathway to Health Symposium coming up in March.
I'm glad you brought it up. So it's our second year. We had a pretty good run last year, and this year a big keynote speakers coming out again, trying to raise awareness for heart health. I'm going to be talking about leadless pacemaker, the one I showed you. What we have done, we happen to be one of the top 4 in the whole country to implant these devices. So we have gained a lot of experience. Like, if this is really working, how is it changing patients' life and things like that. So I'm going to be talking about all that. Dr. Sandhu and my other partner is going to be talking about metabolic health, all those things we talk about, like what you should not be eating, what should be eating. So
all those things. How do people get hooked up if they want to do that, Terry? You know how?
They can call me. They can call me.
Call
sign
Terry.
up.
Don't call Terry.
all
Cell phone.
very, yeah.
you can find them online if anything is. I got it written down right here. Where's it at? I have so many notes. The office number is 443-0088. You can also find them online at CACVINST. That's California Cardiovascular Institute. You can also just look them up. Just Google it, California Cardiovascular Institute. Doctor, thank you for stopping by.
Thank
I
you
appreciate
so much,
you
Mr.
so
Flores.
much. I hope you come back.
I hope
Your first time on
let
radio.
me know
huh?
what your viewers think.
Yeah,
Happy to come back.
Of course, we'll have you back. And the next time we'll actually let Terry talk a little bit. It's good, Doctor. Thanks so much for coming by.
Appreciate it. Yep.
We'll get to a break. It's the JR Show. We'll be right back.
News Talk 96.1 and AM 1180 KERN. The Ralph Bailey Show, weekdays from 3 till 6 p.m.
So the new video, I think, sheds poorer light on the ICE agents. Alex Preddy, 11 days before he was shot, committed a federal crime. He destroyed federal property, and he had a weapon on him. They didn't even pat him down. So if he was this assassin or this man aimed at targeting ICE agents, they could have killed these guys.
On News Talk 96.1 and AM 1180 KERN.
Oh, it's already Wednesday, which means I can get to the stockyard even sooner. Where's the stockyard? What is the stockyard, you ask? Well, it's a little speakeasy right next to Casey's Steakhouse, 2525 F Street. You wouldn't even know it's there. You're going to see some ropes. You're going to see a carpet. Walk up to the door, ring the doorbell. When they ask you what's the password, tell them, why not JR? They're going to let you in. You're going to walk into one of the finest establishments, not only in Bakersfield, not only in Kern County, but probably all of California. It's like you walk into a time travel. They take you back to the days of Speak Easy. Come on in. You can get appetizers off the menu from Casey's Steakhouse if you're hungry. Have a drink with Haley. Heck, I'll be in there this weekend. They also got live music going. And if you're looking to host a party, they got a banquet room. Maybe you got a birthday, a bridal shower. Those holiday parties are coming up. You better start planning for them. Get a hold of them over at the Stockyard, 2525 F Street, open Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, 6 p.m. to close. Come hang out with me and Haley. It's the Stockyard.
We're definitely going to be late to the concert. I feel like we should be there by now.
I'm just taking a little detour. I gotta fill up my gas tank, and I know this place a couple towns over where the gas is cheaper.
Are you serious? We're going to be late for the concert because you're driving out of the way for cheaper gas? Just use Upside.
What's Upside?
Upside is the free cashback app that gets you real cash back for every gallon of gas you buy.
Wait, I can get cash back just for buying the gas I need anyway?
Yes, I use it all the time, and I've made around $200. Now pull over so you can download the Upside app before we miss the concert.
Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code SMALL to get an extra 25 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime, right to your bank, PayPal, or as a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code SMALL for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank.
Said,
That's code SMALL for a 25 cents per gallon bonus. That's code SMALL.
Yeah. That's why I take fuel additive. Don't take fuel additive. Don't take fuel additive. Sorry, TikTok. Welcome back. It's the JR Show. It's Kern Radio. Check us out online, kernradio.com. You can also find us on YouTube. Just look up, go to YouTube and look up Kern Radio and subscribe and hit that notification bell. Come along with us every day. Also on social media. Facebook, Instagram, and X. Just look up Kern Radio. I'm also there, JR Flores, or why not JR? I want to thank the good doctor, Dr. Singh-Uppal, for coming by. He is hold on, I got to read it when I say it, electrophysiologist with the California Cardiovascular Institute. You guys check him out. My sister actually said she's going to go and check from the last time we had somebody from over there talking about blood pressure, and she was wanting to get off of her, but I'm telling her business. She was wanting to get off of her blood pressure medication. So she was going to go check them out. But you guys get in there if you know somebody, or maybe you have a history of heart disease in your family and you haven't got to a doctor at any time, please do so. And if you need to give them a call, California Cardiovascular Institute, 443-0088. They are so good. They will help take care of you. 661-842-5376. 661-842-KERN. That's the number to chime in if you want to do so at any time. Do we have anything on the text board before we get out of here for the day, sir? The train, yeah, I heard they're doing a train to Vegas. I think that's they're saying out of LA, but it's more like in the east. not downtown LA or anything like that, but yeah, where they used to have a flight from here, Bakersfield to Vegas. Mm-hmm. No, we did. We did a regular one, and then they cut it back, or they went away, and then it came back, and they were only running, I think, on Fridays and Sundays, where they had the flight out on Friday and then the flight back on Sunday or something like that, which is perfect, really, because it's only about a 35, 40-minute flight. I'm just saying, we could have used that a few times this year, Chris. And if you book far enough in advance, that's the whole thing with this high-speed rail. If you book far enough in advance, you can get a flight to Sacramento really cheap from here. Like really cheap from LA. It's even, I mean, but okay. And then they still think because now the final design, and we don't even know if this is the final design. For all we know, we could end up going from Bakersfield to Fresno. That's going to be the high-speed rail they're going to get done for $80 billion. As if we all want to go to Fresno so badly and so quick. We want to leave Fresno fast, but trust me, we're not in a hurry to get there. And I'm not sorry if you're from Fresno. I'm not. But anyways, is that all we have on the board, sir? Oh, goodness gracious. What's the crazy story out of the Super Bowl so far, Chris? It's been what? Today's Wednesday. The teams arrived on Monday. They had a bunch of nothing crazy on Monday when they did the media day. You know why? Because these teams are terrible. Nobody cares about the Patriots and the Seahawks. Who? Okay, let's just go. How many Patriots fans do you know that live in here? That were hold on. Oh, they're all younger. That were actually Patriots fans prior to Tom Brady. He ain't from Bakersfield. He's from exactly. He's from Boston. Who from Bakersfield is a Patriots or a Seahawks fan besides Scott Cox? Yeah, sure. Right. You're making my point. Exactly. And there's not that many outside of those markets where when you get into teams like the Raiders, the Cowboys, the 49ers, all these other teams that have fan bases outside of their market are bigger teams where the nation would care about. Nobody cares about the Patriots, especially if Tom Brady ain't playing, about the Patriots and the Seahawks. California based. The Cowboys and the Raiders are probably the biggest. You know what I mean? But you know what I mean. And so it's just nobody cares. So much. Do you care more about who wins? Do you care more about the Super Bowl ads? Do you care more about Super Bowl halftime? Or do you care more about your Super Bowl square numbers? What do you care most about is the question. Not the game, not who wins, see, exactly my point. Nobody cares about the game. That's why there's no excitement coming out of San Francisco this week because these teams are lame. The NFL, and this is proof the NFL ain't scripted because these teams are lame. I'm sorry if you're a fan of one of them, but there ain't no excitement at all from any of these teams.
That both teams are refusing to practice at the 49ers practice facility, which is right next to that PG plant.
Nobody wants to practice on the Niners field. Why are they scared they're going to get hurt?
Yep.
I was watching something the other day of how they were testing, and they had fluorescent lamps on the field, and they were testing the how the cleat impacts it with these pressure machines and everything. All that for a freaking football game. How about we quit crying and just go play the stinking game? My goodness. $1 million athletes. $1 million athletes. We got to get out of here for the day. Make room for the Ralph Bailey Show. It is a Wednesday. That means Howard Marcus stops by. This has been the JR Show. Lily, Dad loves you. All right, TikTok. You guys be good to each other out there. We'll be back tomorrow.
This is AM 1180 KERN Green Acres. This is 96.1 FM Bakersfield. Online at KERNradio.com.
All right, YouTube, you guys be good. Be good. Be good. The commercials. See, Mary? Nobody cares about the game. Nobody cares about the game. You guys be good out there in YouTube land. You guys rock. You guys are the hardcores. All right. Wrap to you guys tomorrow.